What I am about to tell you is a true story. One I have told very few people. It was 2015. I just moved into a small trailer on the outskirts of a quiet little town in Louisiana. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, nothing fancy, but it was cozy. The kind of place where the crickets chirp loud at night and the nearest neighbors a good walk away. At first, it felt like a fresh start. I unpacked, settled in, and started calling it home. But it wasn't long before things started happening. It began with little things. I'd come home from work to find a kitchen cabinet open. Things not quite how I'd left them. At first, I blamed myself. Maybe I was tired. Maybe I was just forgetful. But then came the noises. Late at night, when the cicadas quieted down, I'd hear faint creaks in the living room. A soft shuffle across the linoleum floor. Sometimes a whisper, too low to make out, drifting down the narrow hallway. It sounded like a conversation I couldn't quite catch in a house that should have been empty. Soon, it wasn't just at night. I'd be in the shower, steam fogging up the small mirror, when I'd hear footsteps on the other side of the bathroom door. A slow, deliberate pace. And once or twice, a faint, low voice, as if someone was talking right outside. Heart pounding, I'd fling the door open, water still running, soap still on my skin, but there'd be nothing. Just the damp air and my own heavy breathing. A few weeks passed. Every day, the feelings of unease grew stronger. It was like the walls themselves watched me. I'd walk from the bedroom to the kitchen and feel eyes boring into the back of my neck. Sometimes I'd catch a fleeting shadow slip around a corner, disappearing before I could really see. At night, lying in bed, I'd strain my ears against the silence. I could hear the wind outside, the occasional hoot of an owl. And then, sometimes, a cabinet door slamming shut, or something knocking against the wall right behind my headboard. I started sleeping with a small lamp on, just to keep the dark from swallowing me completely. Then one morning, something happened that I still can't explain. I woke up, groggy, already running late for work. I stumbled around getting dressed, went to grab my watch and my hat, 2 things I never left home without. But they were gone. I checked the bathroom, the kitchen counters, under couch cushions. I retraced every step from the night before. Nothing. Frustrated, I finally left without them. It bothered me all day. I couldn't shake the feeling that I hadn't misplaced them, that they'd been taken. When I finally got home, the sun already dipping low, I opened the door to my trailer and froze. There, sitting neatly on the seat of my recliner in the living room, were my hat and my watch, placed side by side, as if someone had carefully arranged them just for me to find. I stood there in the doorway for what felt like an eternity. The house was quiet, unnaturally so. I could hear my own heartbeat echoing in my ears. The first person I called was my dad. He was the only one with a spare key. Maybe he'd stopped by, found my things, decided to leave them out? But when he answered, he sounded confused. "Son, I haven't been anywhere near your place today. Why would I go rummaging through your stuff?" That's when the dread set in for real. Who, or what, had been in my home? After that, the activity ramped up. Cabinets didn't just sit open anymore. They'd fly open with enough force to rattle the dishes. Footsteps weren't soft, they were heavy, deliberate thuds pacing from room to room. Voices grew louder, muttering words I couldn't quite make out, sometimes right behind me. In some twisted attempt at coexistence, I started talking back. Each morning, I'd call out, "Good morning. I'm heading to work. Hold down the fort." And when I got home, I'd announce, "I'm home. Nobody tried to rob us today, right?" I thought maybe treating it like a harmless roommate would keep it from getting angry. I was wrong. Fast forward a couple of months. My grandma had just passed away. She'd been my rock growing up, always the one to comfort me when I was scared of monsters under the bed. Her loss left a hollow ache in my chest. That night, I crawled into bed, more tired than usual, hoping for dreamless sleep. Instead, I woke up hours later, drenched in sweat. The air was ice cold, my breath puffing out invisible clouds even though it was summer in Louisiana. I couldn't move, couldn't scream. A crushing weight pressed down on my chest, as if something unseen straddled me. In the dark, I sensed it, a presence ancient and cold and hungry. It felt like eyes were inches from my face, studying me with malicious glee. The scent of damp earth and rot filled the room, so strong I gagged. Just when I thought I couldn't take it anymore, that I'd either suffocate or go mad, I felt the mattress shift. The corner of the bed dipped, sinking down like someone had just sat beside me. Then, a hand, warm, gentle, unmistakably human, resting on my leg. A wave of calm flooded through me, pushing out the icy terror. I could breathe again. The crushing weight lifted. The rancid smell vanished. And just like that, the darkness seemed emptier. Whatever had been there, it was gone. I lay there sobbing, not out of fear, but out of some strange, overwhelming gratitude. I truly believe that was my grandma. That somehow, even in death, she found a way to come sit with me one last time. To chase away whatever evil had taken up residence in that trailer. After that night, things quieted down. The cabinets stayed shut. The footsteps stopped. The voices faded into nothing. I stayed in that trailer a little while longer, but it never felt quite like home again. Eventually, I packed up and moved, leaving whatever dark thing had been there behind. Today, I live states away from that small Louisiana town, but not a week goes by that I don't think about everything that happened there. About the whispers, the shadows, and about my beloved grandmother, my Gam Gam. I truly believe that woman would have fought off the devil himself to keep us safe. And when my time comes, when I take my last breath and step into whatever lies beyond this world, her face is the first one I'll look for.